let's talk love languages and self-care. Hi, Dr. Heidi here. Today, I'm delving into some thoughts that I've got about self-care and our love language. If you haven't yet been introduced to your love language, I invite you to head to 5lovelanguages.com or grab the book of the 5 love languages written by Gary Chapman. Ultimately, he discusses 5 specific love languages that tell us about how we know that we are loved. We have a love bucket inside of us, he says. And when someone does these behaviors for us, this fills our love bucket, and we then know that we are loved. Now, interestingly, most often what our love language is what we do for others. And what it says is that instead of doing our love bucket for somebody else, use their love language for them so that they know that they are loved, which might not be your thing. However, let me go into my however in just a moment. So let me introduce you to these 5 love languages. So again, oftentimes what you will do naturally for others is probably your love language. And what we really need to be doing is finding out somebody else's love language and doing that for that person so their bucket is full. Here's the 5 love languages. First and foremost, we have words of affirmation. This is, I love you, you're doing great, you're, hey babe, all of that kind of stuff. Writing a love note, acts of service, which might include taking out the trash, getting somebody's car fixed, taking care of some of the chores, doing things, receiving gifts. So receiving gifts. And so this in turn would be buying and giving gifts. Doesn't have to have a monetary value, could just be, a handwritten note or a bouquet of flowers or something like that. The next one is physical touch. So putting your hand on somebody's shoulder, sex, connection, holding hands, anything like that. And quality time, spending quality time with your loved ones. Again, whatever your love language is most often what you do for others. On the 5 Love Languages website, you can do a little quiz and figure out what your top love language is. You can buy the thing, and it'll tell you all 5 in your order. You probably could also guess them in your order. But most likely, and most often, we do our love language for someone else, which might not communicate, hey, I love you. Now, I've been thinking about this, especially when it comes to self-care and self-love. I run a program that is called Living NLP. It's a 10-month program for some of our NLP students to really get NLP into their muscle. This year, our focus is on self-love. And last month, we were specifically looking at love languages. And it got me thinking, is this only to do with other people? Or is our love language also how we can show and demonstrate self-care and self-love to ourselves? And I think I'm on to something. My love language is quality time. Quality time. And with my loved ones, with my friends, with my family, with my partner, when I can spend quality time with them, my love bucket floweth over. Now, I was also thinking about what gets me there, like what runs me out of energy the most. And I was thinking, when I don't have quality time with myself, at the end of a day, at the end of a training, at the end of anything, if I'm not fulfilling my needs of quality time with me, then I get disconnected from me. I get depressed, I withdraw, I disconnect. And so this really got me thinking, what would it mean to give myself quality time? So I'd love to give you a few tips for you to be thinking about this for yourself, finding out your love language, and then turning it so it's not just you're giving that to somebody else, because you shouldn't be giving them your love language anyway. Being able to communicate with somebody, hey, I need quality time. That's what makes me know that I'm loved and appreciated. Hey, giving me gifts doing acts of service, saying kind words, doing things for me, physical touch. That's what fills me up. Can you please give me more of that? If you don't communicate it, you can't expect to get it. But how about for you? So here's some ideas that I've thought of and jotted down. So if your love language is words of affirmation, here's a few ways that you can do self-care based on your love language words of affirmation. Keep an affirmation journal. Start a gratitude list of what you are grateful for. Self-talk. I love you. You are kind. You are beautiful. Write a letter of self-appreciation to yourself. Create a compliments jar for yourself. Definitely practice positive self-talk. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Journal. Give yourself compliments. Talk kindly to yourself every single day. If your love language is acts of service, this might be for others, you do things for them. You will run to the grocery store for them. You will do their tasks. You'll take their rubbish out. You'll do all those things. But my guess is that very often you put your acts of service for you on the bottom of your list. I'll get to putting the laundry away. I will finally do that task when I finally have time. But what if for self-care, you moved those items up on your to-do list? You cleaned your bedroom, you changed your sheets, you checked something off your to-do list, you decluttered a space, you filled up your car with gas, you took yourself out to dinner, you had a lovely bath, you volunteered somewhere, you were creative. You were allowing yourself those acts of service for you. Those things that are the not important and not urgent, do those things for yourself. Acts of service for you. If your love language is receiving gifts, give yourself a gift. Buy yourself flowers. Take yourself shopping. Do a do-it-yourself project. Pay for something or put money towards something that you really want. Buy yourself something. Again, it doesn't necessarily need to be costly. It could be a candle, it could be a plant, it could be a flower. You might want to buy yourself a book that you've been wanting to read. Or it could be just giving yourself a gift of time. Maybe that's what you need, that 5 minutes out, or a gift that doesn't cost anything. Or maybe it's a gift that you give to somebody that has meaning for you. If your love language is physical touch, not only can you touch, but you can also create maybe a skincare routine for yourself, or take a beautiful bath, or, brush your hair or your skin by some beautiful smelling lotion or body scrub. Get a massage. Give yourself a massage. Stretch. Go to a yoga class. Do your nails. Make an appointment for yourself to get that physical touch. Book a pedicure, a manicure, anything that gives you that physical touch. It's okay if it comes from you. That might be exactly what you need. And if quality time is your love language, like it is for me, what is it that you want to do with yourself? So I've been thinking about that. And when I lose track, last week, I was training. And at the end of the day, I was tired. And so I would turn on the TV. And by the end of the night, I was still tired. I wasn't rejuvenated. And then that's when I started thinking about this, because we had a living NLP call. And I was like, you know what? I'm missing out on quality time. I need to do stuff for me. So there, I turned off the TV, because the TV was not quality time. The TV was just time, and it was unwind, but not quality. Again, take myself on a walk, go on a date night with yourself, journal. I've been doing more and more journaling with myself. I've been spending mornings when I open my eyes and do some morning stuff, and then I grab my book, and instead of starting to do the work stuff, I just give myself time. Explore a new city, meditate, start therapy, enjoy the sunrise, enjoy the sunset, enjoy a glass of wine or a lovely meal with yourself or with friends, but quality time. Allowing yourself to know that you're important to you. So your love language, find out your love language, find out other people's love language, give them what they need. But for your own self-care and own self-love, I'm really going to invite you and encourage you to use your love language to communicate love to yourself. Brainstorm some other ideas that I haven't. Figure out how to love yourself even more and show yourself without a doubt that you are loved by you. Because that self-love, that self-care is probably the most important, because then you can help others fill their cup too. Thank you for joining me. If you've liked, subscribe, share, tell other people about it, and by all means, come back and watch some more videos. Thanks for joining me.